This was a comment from a reader yesterday. 1. For CapitaLand China Trust, do you think sentiments towards China are overly pessimistic? Hence, could the trust be trading at a fair price now? 2. I am sure you saw the right issue on AIMS APAC Real Estate Investment Trust. Any comment on that? AK had this to say about China. For CapitaLand China Trust, I am just holding on to what I have now. After seeing how China handled the COVID-19 pandemic and also what they did to their biggest tech companies, I don't really know how to read investments in China now. Another reader said this about CapitaLand China Trust. Hard to wait for the banks when REITs like CapitaLand China Trust kept enticing me with lower and lower prices. How like that? AK said to the reader. I have been holding on to my position in CapitaLand China Trust and not done any buying or selling. I am not sure as I am more wary of policy risks in China than anything else right now. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, said this in a recent interview. China is a far more complex situation now. He was mostly referring to policy risks, but he was also concerned about geopolitical risks. Too much uncertainty caused by the Chinese government. We can also see that Chinese economic recovery has been weak and, to be honest, I agree that much of it has been self-inflicted. It is not hard to understand that I would rather put more money into investments I have less to worry about. AK is becoming timid with age. I had this to say about AIMS APAC Real Estate Investment Trust. The proposed rights issue is relatively small, but it is necessary so that the REIT does not take on more debt to grow organically. The sponsor has also thrown its weight behind the exercise. The sponsor, which holds about 75 million units, or about 10% of the total units in the real estate investment trust, has provided an irrevocable undertaking to the manager and the joint bookrunners and underwriters, which include DBS Bank. The sponsor will accept, subscribe and pay in full for its total provisional allotment of the new units under the preferential offering. They will also make applications for the number of excess new units under the preferential offering which are not taken up by other unit holders. Hence, demonstrating their confidence in the real estate investment trust. The exercise will raise around $100 million through the private placement and preferential offering. Private placement is to place about 56 million to 58 million units at an issue price of about $1.21 to $1.25 per unit to raise proceeds of $70 million. The non-renounceable preferential offering or rights issue will raise another $30 million. This is through the issuance of about 25 million new units to existing eligible unit holders at about $1.19 to $1.23 per new unit. Existing unit holders will be eligible to an advanced distribution of between 1.7 cents to 1.9 cents per unit. This would be for the months of April and May. The record date to be entitled to the advanced distribution and the eligibility to participate in the preferential offering is at 5 p.m. on June 9. The funds raised will help unlock greater value organically through active enhancement and redevelopment strategy. It will also help to secure growth opportunities through targeted acquisitions. I rather like rights issues which raise money in order to generate more income for the investors. This is a relatively small rights issue and, therefore, not too demanding. If AK can talk to himself, so can you.